Hello, my friends, welcome back to my channel. I so missed you and I'm happy to be here again, and welcome to my new reading vlog. And I was in a book slump, I didn't enjoy reading, so now I'm feeling the power, I'm feeling the energy for reading and making a new vlog. So today we will read with you a wonderful story. I hope the book would be great. It's Grady Hendrix and How to Sell a Haunted House. The story which were the best of the best for 2023, and I saw a lot of views, a lot of reviews, videos, a lot of comments about the story, that this is perfect reading for horror mood and for understanding how it's too important to be the part of the family. So in this story we have a family which will have a haunted house and they need to solve this problem because they wanted to sell it. So this book wouldn't be the first one of Grady Hendrix for me, because I read some of his stories and I read Horror Store, and I really enjoyed it because it was really interesting, but it was like so-so, because I felt myself like in an old horror movie with a lot of cliches. Then I read the Thousand Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, and I was really in love with the story. I was enjoying, I was thinking about the characters, the things which happened there a lot, and I really enjoyed the plot of the story, and it was best of the best. It was 5 out of 5, and I read the story in January actually, and it was the best book of January of this year. So if you didn't read, please look at this more clearly. And I read The Best Friend's Exorcism, and the story was okay for me, but it also was wonderful with atmosphere of old horror films. So for me, Grady Hendrix is the writer with the wonderful horror atmosphere of old century, with old ideas, with old relationships between people, and it was really exciting reading. So I hope that the new book of the author would be great. So I read the half of the story, and I really enjoyed this, and I think that the book is really cool because it's so fast reading. You just wanted to turn the pages and understand what's going on, what's happened with the characters, what will be really with this house, because you actually can't understand, is it really haunted or not. So the story begins with the moment when children, they are adults, and they lost their parents because the parents one night they had a car accident and they died, and you can feel all this pain which will have our main character. We have a main character girl, and she felt herself not so comfortable, not so good, because she really enjoyed to be in her family, but she tried to be not so close to her family for some reasons, and you can feel that she couldn't understand what to do. So actually, when we come with the main character girl and her brother to the haunted house, we can understand that it's really strange place, because the parents were not so sociable, they were so close people, and the mom of the main characters, they was in love with old dolls, and firstly she bought them a lot. She had a really big collection of this one, and when they came in to the house they saw a lot of these shelves with a lot of toys and dolls, and it was really scary because I'm really afraid of old dolls. I don't know why, but I have this idea in my head that they are not so cool. And you know, our house was for these dolls. She also has her study when she could do something for her dolls, something like that. And the first moment when our main character girl came to this house was really creepy, because she went and she understood that something wrong in this house, because the TV is on and some dolls sitting on the chairs and they like watching the TV. And she was a bit scared about what happened, because she understood that something wrong, but then she started to think that this is her brother, because she has bad relationships with her brother, and she started to think that he wanted to make her scared about all this place, about all the moments, and about these dolls, because he knows about her scare of these dolls. And our main character girl, she wanted to sell the house, and her brother not, because he started to think that this house is haunted, because one lady told that the house feels not so good and probably it's haunted and they need to ask somebody for help. And from this moment, our main character, boy, started to think that mom and dad ghosts start to live in the house. That's why the house is haunted. And he tried to tell this to his sister for understanding that they don't need to sell this house because where mom and dad ghost will go after this one. But the girl, she is clever and she starts to think that no, everything is not so, everything is okay and the house is not haunted and we need to sell it because of the money. And they start to have this struggle, and all these pages I have the idea who I wanted to be, at what place I wanted to be, like the sisters or the brother in the struggling, because you know the girl, she has some moments with the haunting of this house. It's not like a ghost, it's something happening in this house, and it starts to be more interesting, more creepy, and I have more horror episodes in the story. So I think it would be wonderful to understand what's going on there actually with this house, because now I can't understand, is it really haunted house? Or it's something wrong with our characters, their mind, their memories, and maybe our main character girl, she has some mental problems. So I will read and tell you then my finishing ideas about the story, about what is going on. But I like how Grady Hendrix wrote his story. Really, I really enjoyed it. So I finished the story and I wanted to tell that Grady Hendrix started to be one of my favorite authors because I'm really enjoying his story. I really enjoy the characters and things which can happen there. And if you really love horror, thrillers, you love some detective stories, a bit of detective stories, and you like their strong and wonderful characters, so you need to pay attention to Grady Hendrix, because How to Sell the Haunted House was the perfect story about everything. And yes, the first part for me was so gloomy, was so dark, was so sad because of the theme which we can have there about parents' death, about the house, about the things which characters can find in the house after the parents' death, and it was so sad for me. And I was thinking that probably I will have all story about this one, but no, the Grady Hendrix started to be shocking for me, because after some period and after the half I started to have thrilling and chilling on my skin, because I started to think that okay, the horror part is started. The horror part really is scary for me, because I really afraid of old dolls, and for me they're not so beautiful and kind, not like a collective thing. For me they are really gloomy, dark, thrill, and I really afraid of them. And even if I watch a film, I will afraid of them too, because I don't like this theme. And when I start to understand that in this book I will have the idea of the author that the main bad guy is a doll, for me was like okay, and some moments really make me scared. So actually I wanted to tell that I will wait the next book of the author, because I really loved his ideas, and the story was for me like a watching film. The main doll was really scared, because he can tell something to people, and these moments when he started to tell his ideas, his intonation was really scary for me. So I'm in love in this book. I put 5 out of 5, and I think that it would be one of the best books for this year. So now I'm really in a fan list of Grady Hendrix. So tell me please, did you read all his books? Because all his books are really interesting. Every book with interesting moments, with interesting themes. And of course, it's not just a horror stories. It's just about more than horror stories, about relationships, about people's feeling, and about some bad things which can happen with them in reality, if we don't speak about some mystery moments. So if you read this book already, so tell me please how you felt yourself when you read it. Because I sometimes start to look at back, probably somebody behind my back. So thank you for watching this video. I'm really happy to be here with you again and making my vlogs, and I hope that the next vlogs will be wonderful for you and interesting too. Thanks for your watching time. Bye!